Kyepha, what is going on here? What? I'm dressed up for Halloween. Is it not obvious? I'm a 50-kilometer sign. What's your speed? Hey guys, so in a random stroke of luck known as the calendar, Fakemon Friday falls on Halloween, which means I can truly do a Halloween special on November 1st, because this video is gonna be up on a Saturday, let's just be honest with ourselves. I'll be completely real with you, there wasn't much inspiration that went behind this week's video concept. People, me, are enjoying the revival of Mega Evolution in Pokemon, and so I thought how fun would it be to give some Pokemon ghost-type Mega Evolutions. So let's just get started. Okay, first Pokemon to get a new Mega Evolution is Venomoth. It is normally a bug poison type, but I want to change it into a bug ghost with maybe some poison properties. I tried a few different proportions and poses. My first few didn't really lend themselves well to certain body parts like its claws or head shape. The spiky design was kind of cool. I might use that in a different rendition. I know for sure I want the head to be extended and kind of creepy and long like how Malamar's looks, but I'm just blanking on how exactly to express that. It also has this mandible that, if drawn correctly, will look just like a mustache, so I gotta keep a close eye on that. Not sure how I feel about the Xerneas variant. Goodbye. It's been about 15 minutes now, and I think I'm just gonna start with the whole body and work my way into the face. And you know what? I think that's what's gonna save this idea, because OMG, it's already coming together. I'm vibing, I'm liking, I would like to continue. Venomoth's original design has these yellow spots on the wings, so I'm sketching them in here because I want to have a sort of callback to that. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, then you'll already know that my sketches need to be perfect. Most of them look like final artwork because I'm just so bold with my design choices and a crippling perfectionist. I've come to learn that attitude in my artwork is sort of kind of limiting, and so I'm doing this really rough version before I move on to a more polished sketch. I have already noticed the sheer freedom it has allowed me to have in my artwork because I can already see that this design is gonna be kind of fire. Well, that's subjective. You might not like it, and that's totally fine. You'll definitely let me know. At long last, I am finalizing my design. I'm definitely back in my comfort zone. I also polished up the wing design. The yellow spots will be on the backs of the wings, as is in the original design of Venomoth, and they'll also be in the shape of the Mega Evolution symbol. Just feels like something an official design would have, perhaps, perchance. I guess I never spoke about the inspiration behind a ghost-type Venomoth. Basically, it's a common trope in horror for large, winged insects such as butterflies and moths to be considered bad omens or bad luck, or just scary in general, even though they're just fuzzy little guys. Except for those damn hornets that are appearing in New Zealand. What's up with that? It's like child me's worst fears coming true. Venomoth has a potent poisonous dust that it flutters with each flap of its wings. This poison can be extremely debilitating to those nearby, causing paralysis and or death. That was kind of fire, not gonna lie. Kind of spooky if you ask me. So essentially this Mega Evolution will take this part of Venomoth to the extreme. It's going from that annoying insect that poisons everyone to that terrifying bug that kills. Its wings and body are the same color, but I've added in the yellow and also some deeper shades of purple on the face with an accent pink. Bright and vibrant natural colors tend to signify poisonous things. So that's basically the inspiration behind such a saturated color palette. Now we are moving on to a Gen 2 Pokemon with a Gen 8 twist. In the Hisui region, Qwilfish have a different form and evolve into a completely new Pokemon called Overqwil, but the regular Qwilfish from Generation 2 does not have such an evolution. Instead, it's totally on its own. I love Overqwil. I literally kept a Qwilfish on my team because I had a hunch that it would evolve, and I was goddamn right. I am am very sad that there is no modern day Overquill form, almost as sad as I am that there is no Mega Evolution for regular Linoon in the new Pokemon game. Why can't it happen? I can already hear your comments. Kyepha, if this is a Mega Evolution, why are we just drawing a regular Qwilfish? Like, let's be just so for real right now. And yeah, I get it. This is kind of alarming, but don't worry, because I got a plan. You might remember that also in Generation 8, Corsola had a Galarian form which turned it into a ghost type, and it's in relation to coral extinction. It's actually really sad. It also evolves into Corsola, which is kind of banger, not gonna lie. I want modern day Qwilfish to have a Mega Evolution in which it gains some borrowed power from a ghost of Overquill's past. I don't know if I said the reference right, but that's how I'm keeping it in the video. It's sort of inspired by Mega Aerodactyl too, because with that design, it's speculated that this is the original form that it used to take on back in the day. I say back in the day like it was, 100 or 1,000 years ago. Back millions of years ago. So as you can see, I have drawn a sort of Overquill shaped bubble around the Qwilfish, and also I see that I've sketched these quills being fired off, but they actually never made it into the final artwork, even though they're kind of fire, but gives you an idea of how it would fire off an attack. Once again, I did some cleaner sketch lines over the first rough. Also, the Hisuian Qwilfish line have a little and big Q on the tail because it's like their name and then, lowercase, uppercase for pre-evolved and evolved. So I've given the Mega Evolution a big M because it's a really cute detail. These fish are cute, guys. You see it, right? The color will be the same as regular Qwilfish, but I'm putting this purpley blue bubble overlay color so that it looks like it's kind of submerged within the bubble, because, it is. Fungus also told me to remove the pupil and make it all sclera so that it all looks possessed by the ghost, which is just incredibly, a big brain idea right there. So shout out to them. Also, that was a post-sketch change, so you'll see it at the end of the video. But before we take a look at everything we've made, we have one more Mega Evolution to create. The lovely Rotom. Backwards for motor, because no one knew that. Now, how in the world is this gonna work? Rotom is famous for possessing certain appliances and machines such as the fridge, washing machine, and the lawnmower. But what if it just straight up possessed your Mega Ring? Well, I have to make it happen. Now, I'm trying to figure out the logistics of this, like how exactly would this work? Would Rotom just have to take the one you're wearing, or would it just have one on hand? Personally, I think it's slightly far-fetched to have it always just find a random one floating around, so I'm sticking with the law that it takes the one that you would be wearing. Also, a Mega Ring is not electrically charged as far as I'm aware, so we'll figure it all out later. When Rotom possesses an object, it changes not only its own form, but the object's form as well. Only slightly. It's weirdly symbiotic, even though a washing machine has no consciousness, but it does have feelings, it told me. Moving on. I've got the face down pat. Looks great. It's going to possess the key ring and turn it into its own Mega Stone because Slay Mama, that's why. I'm losing my incredibly slippery grip on reality. I'm sorry for the brain rot. The rest of the design will be more true to the original Rotom. I think because it's a Mega Evolution, it would still have some reference to its original body. Otherwise, this may as well just be a whole different alternate form. The little point on the top of the head is going to be replaced with this Mega Evolution ribbon design. Like the DNA thing that makes up the logo. I think it's a fun idea, and I'm also just trying to make designs that would make me freak out if I discovered them in game. I will not spoil anything, but in Legend ZA, there are a couple of new Mega Evolutions that made me squeal with joy because of how crazy they looked, and I was here for it. I also added in its lightning arms, but made them a lot larger and pointing outwards, kinda as if this Rotom was on the move. The colors weren't too tricky because pretty much everything was just eye dropped from my references, and I'm not gonna apologize for not bothering to come up with my own original colors, because guess what? I did that last week, and like a fool, misidentified amber for being a shade of green. I mean, it looks green to me. I am painfully and insufferably colorblind. I never think it has that much of an impact until an experience quite like that happens. But don't let this discourage you from pointing out my color blindness now or in the future. I complain a lot, but when I see your comments, I cackle. Full on chortling. This week I cackle like a witch though, because it's Halloween. Right, so, wait, what are we talking about? Oh, Rotom, yeah. So it's pretty much the colors of Rotom Original and the Mega Ring. And then I also made some of the DNA part have a very vibrant rainbow color because it looks sick as hell, and I don't think I need a deeper reason than that. Alrighty, I am just dying to show you my ghostly Mega Evolutions. I cannot wait. Okay, let's take a look. First up, we have Venomoth, which Mega evolves with a Venomotite. It is a bug ghost type with the ability Toxic Debris. It sees some major buffs in its special stats and just a little boost in its physical attack. Nextly, it is Qwilfish, which Mega evolves with the Qwilfishite. Qwilfishite just like sounds so terrible in every way possible, so it's Qwilfishite. It is a ghost poison type with the ability Levitate. Attack gets a big boost, but its defense stat is major. Thank you, Overquill, may you rest in peace. And finally, it is Rotom, which Mega evolves with the Rotomite. It is a steel ghost type with the brand new ability Galvanized. This ability will turn all of its electric type moves into steel type moves. The other forms of Rotom have a 520 BST, so now this is the strongest form that it has. It is a special attacker, so I have seriously buffed its special attack stat, and with the ability it has, all of its electric type moves will get stabbed, so it's a win-win because it assumes the form of the Mega Ring and gets the steel typing. The physical defense stat is also majorly buffed, but at the cost of some speed. Okay, those are even more Mega Evolutions from me. I hope you like them. I personally think these are my best Mega Evolutions. I think I finally understand how to actually design them. Let me know what you guys want to see next week. Please leave a comment below. Last week I made some really weird fakemon, and this week's are just even more Mega Evolutions. It's been a pretty selfish couple of weeks worth of content for me, so I want to make something that you guys really want to see for the 1st November video. Please subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every single Fakemon Friday or Saturday if you live in Mirage Island, just like me. And thank you, channel members. I appreciate you all so much. Okay, bye bye.